It was supposed to be the perfect weekend getaway. A secluded cabin tucked deep in the forest, far from the noise of the city, with nothing but nature and peace. Lauren was vibrant, full of energy, the kind of person everyone wanted around. Her friends describe her as fearless, outgoing, and always ready for adventure. That weekend, there were 6 of them, laughing around the fireplace, hiking along the trails, and sharing stories late into the night. Everything seemed perfect, but the perfect facade shattered on the first night. It began with a sound so subtle no one noticed at first, a door creaking that shouldn't. The group shrugged it off as the old cabin settling. Then came the shadows, flashes of movement outside the windows, glimpses of someone watching from the tree line. Lauren joked about it, trying to lighten the mood, but unease began creeping in. The next morning, their food supplies had been disturbed. The friends laughed it off again, blaming their forgetfulness. But Lauren couldn't shake the feeling that they weren't alone. She felt eyes on them, unseen, yet unnervingly present. By the second night, the intrusions escalated. At first, they thought it was a prank by one of the friends, but Lauren knew something was wrong. Her instinct screamed danger. Then, Lauren disappeared. The friends woke up to find her bed empty, her belongings untouched, but her presence gone as if she had vanished into thin air. Panic set in. They searched the cabin, called out her name, even ran into the forest, but there was no sign of her. The police were called, but the investigation hit a wall. No forced entry.no footprints outside. No traces at all, except the sense of an invisible intruder. Weeks passed with no leads. Friends tried to resume normal life, but none could escape the shadow of that weekend. Then, a clue emerged. A local hiker had found a discarded backpack in a creek miles from the cabin. Inside were Lauren's journal and a few personal items, but the pages were filled with terrifying entries. Lauren had written about a stranger she dubbed the forgotten guest, a presence she couldn't explain but feared deeply. Investigators pieced together what happened. The skill and patience involved were unnerving. This wasn't a random act. It was calculated, meticulous, and terrifyingly personal. She had been kept alive for days, restrained, until the intruder grew bored or careless. The killer was eventually apprehended, a man with a history of obsession and prior incidents of stalking. He had targeted Lauren specifically, drawn to her energy, her confidence, and the group's dynamics. He had studied Lauren and her friends online, tracked their habits, even anticipated their weekend plans. He had become a ghost in the forest, a shadow in the cabin, and a nightmare that none of them could see coming. Lauren's death left a scar on the community, a reminder that danger often hides where we feel safest. Her friends carried the trauma with them for years, and the story of the forgotten guest became a cautionary tale for anyone who thinks isolation guarantees safety. In the end, it was a story of vigilance, instinct, and the chilling truth that evil often hides in plain sight, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.